Chelsea Green. I am a star. I'm not some clown who deserves to be humiliated on national.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Let me in.
Hey, this is Toxic Rain Scandal, featuring TBK, the Turnbuckle King himself. Got another good one for you guys today. We are talking about relationships and the couples, again, in the wrestling industry. This time, we are going to highlight Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green, as they say. But the question is this a real marriage? Why is this a fake marriage between Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green? Now, there are some interviews by Chris Van Fleet and Renee Paquette on her formerly The Sessions podcast. Now, Chelsea Green talks about her relationship with Matt Cardona, and Matt also talks about Chelsea Green. And then one of the interviews on Renee Paquette's show is both of them together, and some things will be unveiled, and then we're going to determine if this relationship win or relationship cap. With that being said, let's start with the first interview. This will be Chelsea Green with Chris Van Fleet. And of course, get your seat at the locker room because we about to air some dirty laundry. Let's go on with it.
These are the things that happen in Canada?
A lot of things that happen in Canada. I was a wild child.
How wild are we talking?
We're talking like a couple of.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. In person.
In person.
And my husband raved about how so much better with you in person. So here we are.
Look, all interviews are better in person.
Agreed.
Like, and then I understand that we did Zoom interviews when the world was shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously made a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing's better than being able to look at someone, actually like chat with them, rather than the Zoom of like no, you go. Oh, no, but okay. You go.
It's so true. And then also with all my animals, it's like there's always something going on, a tail going in the frame, something happening, a dog barking, my cat scratching me. So we've got none of that here today.
None of that here today. Congrats on your green card. Your Chelsea green card.
I'm Chelsea green card. I'm officially not able to get kicked out of this country.
Uh-oh. Green card. Why? So, for those you don't know, Chelsea Green is not from America. Chelsea Green is from Canada. I think Vancouver, Canada, something like that. And the fact that the interview starts off her celebrating her green card shows that it's already something fishy, you know. And I gotta say this, and I said this in, when I notice something's not right, I gotta say straight off the bat, before we even get further in this interview, that this is a red flag. Why is she talking about green card so easily? So definitely something's up with that green card thing. And with that being said, let's continue on and see what else she has to say. It's already dirty laundry, and we just got in the door. Let's continue.
That's a good feeling.
That's not exactly true, actually.
Look, I'm 32. I don't break any laws anymore. You know what I mean? That was for my 20s. I behave myself now.
Oh, okay. What happened in your 20s?
You broke the law. You're now in your 20s. I wonder if Chelsea Green came to this United States of America is because you did some dirt back at home in Canada. Did you break some laws? Did you have to be a fugitive and run away? in order to make sure you were in the clear when you came to the U.S.? Chelsea Green, you do sound like a wild child. You definitely sound like a criminal. Let's continue.
You don't want to know.
These are the things that happen in Canada?
A lot of things that happen in Canada. I was a wild child.
How wild are we talking?
We're talking like a couple of police trips when I was younger.
Just trips with the police? Wow.
Trips with the police. Yeah, we always, when I go back to Canada, I sit around my dinner table with my family. We drink lots of wine and we like to reminisce on the crazy things I used to do in high school.
So you're not as crazy now?
No, I am very, very calm compared to what I was. I seem high strung and I am a little bit like high energy all the time, but I'm not as wild.
No, but it's like you have a high energy. It's like super charismatic. Like you have this infectious personality. Even when we did that last interview over Zoom, I was just like, man, you bring it every time.
Thank you. My I just got a publicist. Shout out to Lee. He's amazing. But he, at first, during my first interview, he messaged me and said, Chelsea, that person's not your friend. And I said, I think you're gonna find that I'm like that in all interviews. That was not just that one person. I just like to chat with people. I'm very open.
I don't think that Americans realize how big it is to get a green card. Like I've had mine now since 2012. That was honestly one of the best days of my career.
I mean, I've said this to you before and I say it to everyone, like the weight I felt lifted off me when I opened that piece of mail that said I was approved. Nobody except a Canadian in America getting their green card will understand that feeling. Yeah. Especially because a lot of people during the pandemic, when I was released from WWE, they were like, oh, you're good. You're married. You're with Matt, whatever. Like, no, that's not how it works. That you don't just get a green card. You don't just magically get to work in this country because you are with somebody. So
already we have her talking about the green card, and Chris Van Fleet, I believe he is Canadian as well. But we're talking about Chelsea here, and Matt says not that he's getting green cards to process. My question is, it's starting already not good. But think about it is with Chelsea, it seems like Chelsea only married Matt for a green card. Is this why you marry Matt Cardona? So you get your green card, get the process, so you could get accepted to the United States of America, so things be easier for you, get away from your past where you was a wild child, many police trips, and et cetera, doing stuff illegally that you probably should have been doing. Is this why you got married, Chelsea? It sure is. Now I see why you married Matt Cardona. You married him for a green card. You didn't marry for love. You married for stability. You don't care about Matt Cardona. Let's dive in some more and see how much Chelsea just don't care about Matt. She all about herself. Let's go back to the selfish woman here.
I was still struggling all the way up until I got rehired last year by WWE. I was still on my fourth visa. I was spending $5,000 at a time for these visas and trying to find someone to sponsor me to get the visa.
I think that people think it's like you get the marriage license and you get the green card like handed to you. And it's like, no, that's not how this works.
No, I mean, this green card process took me 2 years, and that is with all the correct steps that I took. That's with 4 visas to get there and a real job and a real marriage.
A real
job and a real marriage? This don't look good, Chelsea Green. Are you saying that you didn't really marry Matt because you care about him? Or you just, his marriage is a sham because you did it for a green card? Then you try to juggle it off. A real job and a real marriage. Laughing it off like it's funny, like it's some type of joke. No, Chelsea. This is not good. She said the process takes 2 years. So out there right now in the live chat and playback, if women that are foreigners, you want to marry a man and you want to marry only for his green card and you really don't care about him, the process takes 2 years. Just want to let you know that. Chelsea is giving you guys tips on how to get in a marriage sham like she's in right now. But let's continue on her interview with Chris Van Fleet.
trips with the police. Wow.
No, that's not how it works. Visas to get there and a real job and a real marriage.
A real marriage. Oh, because there's some of those green card marriages. So that's why you married Matt.
So that's why I married Matt. I've got my green card. I'm out.
You guys know she low-key just told on herself. And you saw Chris Van Fleet turn his face towards the camera. He know there's a cap right there with Chelsea and Matt. He know that she only married for the green card. He gonna try to play it off, say it all out. Yeah, we know what your agenda is, Chelsea. You only about Chelsea Green. That's all you care about. But let's get back to it. This shows she just really showing her true colors right here. And we just a few minutes in this interview already, about 4 minutes in, and she already showing her true colors. This is really, really getting bad. Matt Cardona, what were you thinking, man? What were you thinking? Let's continue on.
I'm out of here. No, I don't think he's gonna get rid of me that easy.
He can't. I mean, I feel like you guys seem like such a lovely couple.
Thank you. We we've been through our shit and we've come out the other side. We've been together 7 years now.
Wow.
It's a long time. It's a long time when you kind of didn't know where you were going to end up with your, career and with the green card and all that stuff. And here we are. We're building a new house. We're,
You told me.
Yeah, we're happy. We've got all of our animals.
That's amazing. Yeah, and he's crushing.
Why is filing your taxes with Free Tax USA?
Oh my gosh. He's doing amazing, and I know that he always says, look, I knew that this is what I had in me. I didn't know because I didn't care about him in wrestling when we got together.
Again, Chelsea's telling on herself. Now, she says she been with him for 7 years. They were married. They've been married since 2021. They initially started dating in 2017. And they were introduced actually by another wrestling couple, Cody and Brandy Rhodes. For those who don't know, Cody and Brandy Rhodes know Chelsea. And I know Chelsea says Matt Cardona was set up by, they were both set up by these two, and they've been together ever since. Also, Chelsea, she's saying that she's been with Matt for 7 years. They've been through their drama, all the stuff that they've been through as a couple. But she said that she didn't really care about Matt or wrestling. So you already told yourself with the green card. Try to play it off like it's a joke. I'm being sarcastic. No, you're not. You're being serious. For all you guys in the right now who are fans of Chelsea and Matt saying, "Oh, she's joking around," she's not. It's clearly that she's not. Why do you think Chris Van Fleet looked at made that face at the screen like ouch? He made an ouch look. Also, you say you got with Matt, you really didn't care about him or wrestling, and it seemed like here, Chelsea, back to what I said originally, you only about one thing and one thing only, and the one thing that you're all about is that green card. It's back. That's all you care about. That's the only thing that benefits Chelsea. So let's see what else she had to say, and then we'll go further on the interview, and then we'll move on to the other interviews.
So for me to see the evolution of Zach to Matt has been insane. Like, I just had no idea that he had that in him to totally change and evolve and become this entire new persona.
He's like a marketing genius too. Like, and he'll be.
He
like,
is.
You're rolling your eyes like, I know, I hear this all the time. But like the fact that he's able to, he tries. He tries a lot of things.
Yes.
A lot of them work. Some of them don't. We talked about that during our episode together.
Yes.
But when he has something that hits,
like it hits.
Yeah.
It really.
So you also say you didn't know what it had in him. It's like you had no type of faith in Matt. You didn't really believe in him as an individual that he could reach his potential or reach, go as far as he can as far as a wrestler and as his own brand. It showed me here that you truly don't care for your husband at all, Chelsea. You don't care about him. You don't care about him or wrestling. You already said it. And you never knew that Matt Cardona would get where he's at because you just thought, it seemed like you thought he was some type of loser. But let's skip on to the interview. Now, Chris Van Fleet, he does a segment, and the segment on the show talks about one of the most grateful things. He has a three things are you most grateful for. He always does it in an interview. Before the interview is over, he asks everybody, what's the most 3 grateful things you're grateful for? And Chelsea is going to answer her 3, and we're going to see her answer. Let's see what she has to say. All right.
So I end every conversation with gratitude, because I say out loud 3 things I'm grateful for when I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I do it before we go to bed as well. What are 3 things that you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for my green card
Yeah.
and the stability that provides.
You hear that again? The green card. That's the most thing she's grateful for. The green card. She keeps talking about this green card. Not her husband, not her career, her green card. That's all she cares about. And you're going to see she really don't care about Matt Cardona. She married Matt Cardona for a green card, so she could be legally in this country and not be an alien. It's proven right here. She's telling us. So she's telling us right here. That's all she cares about. Let's continue.
I am grateful for my friends and family who don't give a shit what I'm doing in wrestling. They just support me, and they just keep my head down here on my body and not up in the clouds. And I am grateful for my relationship and where we're going to go with it and our future family.
Your future family. Yeah. Well, congratulations in advance on that.
Thank you.
And congratulations on everything.
I have to, stop being so entertaining before I have a family. You know,
that's never happening.
I can't be entertaining the masses. I got to stop that, and then I'll have a family.
You are far too entertaining. No, thank you, and so good to be able to catch up with you.
Whew. So Matt was the last of the list. Her relationship. She didn't even say her marriage, because she clearly don't care about that. She plans on having children with Matt. Matt, you better be watching this interview if you haven't already. Chelsea is not wife material, and she definitely is not nobody to have kids with. Do not make this move, Matt. Do not make this move. This is not good. This is not good at all, what you're doing, Matt. You need to really think things through. He should have thought things through before he decided to marry this woman. This is not a good look on Chelsea. Chelsea Green is all about Chelsea Green, and it proves that. Now, like I said, I know they're a good match and all, but I don't see Chelsea Green as a wife. She's a wild child. She basically escaped Canada to come here. I just don't see that going on with her. So this is not a good look. But I mean, there's more that I'm gonna cover. But this is part 1 of the interview. That was her with Chris Van Fleet. The next thing I'm going to cover is how they both went on, like I said, Renee Paquette's, formerly known as The Sessions. It's called Renee Paquette now. It was called Oral Sessions originally. They both were on there, and Chelsea basically just exposed Matt Cardona. She said everything, and you're going to see that shortly, and we're going to see all of it. But definitely, let's see more of it and what's happening with these two, and how they originally met and everything. This is going to be Chelsea unveiling it all, and it's going to really expose Matt and pretty much the whole relationship. But this is both of them on, like I said, Renee Paquette's show. But let's see what they have to say. We'll get to it right now. Let's get into it. Let's see what they have to say. They're going to expose everything.
We met because you slid into my DMs.
right?
Well,
True
I
or
mean,
false, you
yeah,
slid into my DM.
I was kind of, giving it a little heads up.
Thirsty, Matt Cardona, you a thirsty boy, thirsty. So that's how you met Chelsea. I know they said they was hooked up by Cody and Brandy Rose, but you slid into the DMs. Matt, you was being thirsty, man. You was probably all over her. You may have been stalking her. That's embarrassing. She said that right off the bat. You slid to the DMs, true or false. Putting you on blast. This supposed to be your wife, man. This is a mismatched relationship. Let's continue. This is so bad. So bad.
Like, hey, maybe you should slide into her
First
DMs.
of all, yes, you slid into my DMs, and it was late nights. You slid in at like 2 a.m, I'm pretty sure. So you were out with Cody and Brandy.
I was, yeah.
And I'll tell you something, which I've probably told you this, but I felt like that whole week, Cody and Brandy, had left WWE, and this was their first kind of like hurrah on the indies, and they came to Impact, and they were doing, I think, a week-long set of tapings at Impact, and that's when I first met them. I obviously didn't really know Cody, but Brandy was in the locker room. So I kind of, Mackenzie Mitchell and I kind of like tried to take her under our wing and hang out with her a bit, because it's awkward being in a locker room for the first time alone, especially after you've been used to something like WWE, because everything else is so different. Well, now you're experiencing this. It's so different than WWE.
Right.
It's very like, you might be uptight when you walk in, but like it's so relaxed. It's just like a whole different atmosphere. So I felt like that whole week, she kept asking me about being single and like planting seeds. And I remember in the makeup chair 2 days in a row, she brought up this guy named Zack Ryder. And I was like, what? Obviously, I don't know wrestling. So like, I didn't know who that was.
But wait, you told me that you were...
Wait. So then I went home and I did a little recon. And I looked you up on Facebook. I looked you up on your ex's Facebook. I looked up your Instagram. I looked up your ex's Instagram.
Crazy.
I Googled you. I Wikipedia.
Whoa, Chelsea was doing some work on you, Matt. Says she not only checked your IG and your Facebook, but also check your ex's accounts. This is getting interesting, but let's continue on.
I literally, and I realized when she said that I was already following you on Twitter. So I unfollowed because I got the vibe that she was possibly trying to plant the seed about the Zack Ryder guy. And so I unfollowed because I didn't want to look like I was a fangirl. I even can picture, I can picture in my head all the photos that I remember seeing of you on your social media, just so you know, it's very open to the public. Like I could see like, your past anyway. But that was like my first memory of them kind of, or Brandy speaking about you. And then, what do you know? The last day of tapings, I went home. Who slid into my DMs?
Me, I guess.
You. I just wanted to tell that story.
Well, it's true. And then, you
Yeah, she want to tell that story to boost her confidence and boost her ego. She want everyone to think that Matt Cardona was all over her. He slid to DMs. Not only did you slid to DMs, Matt, you slid in at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then also Chelsea was playing games. Already followed you and unfollowed you. Researched your everything about you and your ex's, IG and Twitter accounts. But Matt, she made it very clear that you slid to her DMs. She was going to make the first move until you did, Matt. And this is proof, Matt Cardona, you are a simp. You a simp, Matt Cardona. I'm sorry, man. I like you, Matt, but a simp is a simp. You are a simp, bro. You was all over her. And I noticed that a lot of these wrestling guys, they be stalking these girls on Instagram or Twitter, Facebook, whatever the case may be, and they befriend them, they follow them, and they be sliding to the DMs begging to go out with them. These wrestling guys are not who you think they are outside of wrestling. They are simps and beta males. But let's continue on with this interview.
Lied and said that you loved,
that's where I was going.
Yeah, you lied and said you loved Disney World and theme parks when you really just kind of like them.
Okay. Well, yes, but what I wanted to say is that you slid into my DMs, and I never said I am a huge diehard fan of Disney. First of all, I thought, stupid me, that like being a fan was like just liking Disney, and I love Disneyland. I love California Adventure. Like I thought I loved that stuff. I didn't realize that you're on a different level.
Well, I mean, I'm not even there's many levels above me. I would like to go a couple times a month. We live here, annual pass holders. Go a couple times a month. Get a cocktail.
Okay, but a couple
Buy
times
some
a month.
merch.
Okay. Now, for the most part, you heard the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. Chelsea Green basically wants to expose Matt Cardona for sliding to her DMs and basically make himself look thirsty, which he did. And then he said who slid to my DMs? Did you do that? True or false? He gonna say, yeah, me, I guess. There's no I guess. It's either yes or no, Matt. And the answer is yes. You did slide to your DMs because why? You are a simp, Matt Cardona. You are. There's no other way of putting it. You are a simp, bro. And it's sad, man. I like Chelsea Green and all, but you guys are a good couple, but with the green card and now we got Matt slide to DMs, this marriage is not really, it seemed like a sham of a marriage. It does not seem like a genuine marriage at all. Now there's one more interview, and it's by Matt Cardona and Chris Van Fleet, the same person that interviewed Chelsea Green in the beginning. And now he's going to talk about at the time when Chelsea Green was his fiance. And you're going to see the energy from Matt, how much he's really, really into Chelsea, and compare how she really didn't care about him. So let's get into that. This is the interview with Chris Van Fleet and Mr. Matt Cardona. So let's get into that right now. This is the last part of the interview. And then I have my analysis, continued analysis of what I see.
I don't know. He might tell that WrestleMania story.
And you're like, he might tell something super embarrassing. When is your wedding happening now?
That's a good question. I have no idea. It was supposed to be.
Does Chelsea know?
She does not. No, it was supposed to be New Year's Eve. This past New Year's Eve, we were going to do it in Vegas. And then, like, when we realized all this was going down, I'm like, this is not going to happen. So luckily, we had canceled it before we got into the serious planning. Like, we picked the venue and stuff like that, set out to save the date. So we never picked the main course. We didn't get that. Okay. We didn't get to the nitty gritty that way.
We're picking napkins yet.
Yeah, we didn't get that far. So it wasn't as, like, heartbreaking. Like, there's so many people whose weddings had to get canceled and postponed numerous times.
Yeah.
We just don't know when it's going to be because we don't know when we'll be able to do it.
Well, her family's traveling in from Canada, which makes
that's a big problem. That's a big problem. Yeah.
On behalf of my fellow Canadians, I apologize. Maybe it's New Year's this year.
It's possible. I mean, she kind of just wants to go into like the courtroom or whatever. I'm like, babe, if we're spending all this money, let's make it the real wedding. I don't want to go to the courtroom now and then spend the money later. I won't want.
Now, right here. Now he's talking about him and Chelsea setting up plan the wedding and everything. This was around the COVID time. Now, Chelsea said that she only wanted to get married at a courthouse, get it over with, and he wants a big wedding. Normally, the woman wants, some women, most modern women like Chelsea, but Chelsea's modern, let's be honest here, will want a big wedding, but she just want basically go to courthouse, get it done, but we already know why that she only wants that, because Chelsea don't really care about Matt, and also she wants that green card. So in order to get the process going, remember, Chelsea said earlier, it takes 2 years for the green card process, and she went through 4 visas. She wanted her to get married as soon as possible. She didn't want to wait another minute, not even another second, and it showed that Matt is all into Chelsea way more than she is into him, and it's sad. Matt, you should have never married Chelsea, but let's continue on.
Want to do it.
So what was the original bachelor party plan?
Oh man, the original bachelor party plan was going to be Disneyland in California and California Adventure VIP tour, private guide, do both parks in a day. That was gonna be the big bachelor party. Forget Vegas.
That's it?
Like a strip club. No, I want to go to Disneyland VIP tour, skip the lines.
And then wait.
Okay. Now this was Matt just talking about planning a wedding and how Chelsea just wanted to get married quick, get in the courthouse. And he talked about he wanted a big wedding and bachelor party and all of that. So Matt was more, as we could see initially, into the wedding process, planning more than she was, and he's the groom and she's the bride. So that's the crazy part about that. This is the interview. Credit to Chris Van Fleet. Great podcaster. He's been doing this for many, many years now. But the thing about it is, I'll come with my final analysis on the whole thing. Not only Matt, it seemed like he was way more than Chelsea did, and she was into him. Also, it shows too that Chelsea, was very wild. Her past, I cannot ignore. And why did Matt ignore these signs? If she's coming from Canada, she's a wild child. She says she had many police trips, meaning she's probably been arrested several times. It may be a criminal for that matter. Why did you go up and marry her like that so fast? You should have vetted more, took more time to know Chelsea. I mean, you was with her 4 years before you married her. You should have saw these signs. And the reason we know, because as stated in the Renee Paquette podcast that Chelsea and Matt was on, it proved that Matt is a simp because he slid to her DMs. He was thirsty to be with Chelsea. And this is not good for Matt. And I see these wrestler guys do that. They see a pretty woman and they're no different than regular guys. They slide to her DMs. They go into multiple, whatever social media outlets they're on, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like I said earlier, and they just throw themselves at these women, and they do whatever they can to be with her, even if she's not the one for you. I mean, Chelsea, she did not see nowhere near to Matt. Chris Van Fleet asked 3 things are you grateful for, and she said the green card was the first thing that she was grateful for. She was grateful for you at the very, very last. So it shows that she don't truly care for her husband. Chelsea is all about Chelsea Green. That's all she cares about. And with that being said, based off the interviews with Chris Van Fleet and Renee Paquette, is this relationship win or relationship cap? And this is definitely a relationship cap, and it's a sham of a marriage. Matt married for love and for beauty of Chelsea. She married for green card instability. These two married each other for the wrong reason. I wouldn't be surprised if this marriage blows up later on, or it's some type of sham and it don't last much longer, because they married for the wrong reasons. Chelsea did not care for Matt at all. And it's just sad that Matt ignored these signs. It's definitely a relationship cap. It's not a genuine relationship at all. And there's so many red flags I saw. She laughed off the whole green card thing. She even said she didn't care about wrestling on him or Matt. She said it in the other interview. She really didn't know much about wrestling. Chelsea was all about trying to get to a man that has security and stability. And Matt Cardona's the sucker for it, because that's exactly what he is. But this is not good. This is definitely a sham of a marriage. And only time will tell when this marriage blows up. But until then, I wish them the best of luck. But I'm here to just call it out. The facts are the facts. I didn't say Chelsea Green out of my mouth. She married for a green card. She said it first. I'm just confirming what she said. I know the fans going to be upset. Why you talk about Chelsea and Matt? They put it out there, not me. So I'll just call it how I see it, like I always do. And if you don't like it, too bad. That's how I do it over here. And this is basically a relationship cap. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around this at all. This is not good of Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green. It just seemed like a sham, and I was right. It's a sham. There's nothing good about this. So if anything were to happen down the line, especially if they plan on having kids together, this is a train wreck waiting to happen. And the longer Matt Cardona stay in, the worse it's going to be. And that's all I have regarding, is this a real marriage? Why is this a fake marriage? This is a sham, a fraud of a marriage. You guys in the live chat and the comment section on the playback, let me know, what do you think of this marriage of Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green based off the interviews and my analysis. 2 videos will pop up for toxic ring scandal. First one will be, when will former champion return? The next video will be, is she being loyal to her husband? Until then, it is OUT.